In the last 8 months, Atlanta alone, have reported 20,000 HIV cases.
Somebody gave it to me, so I'm gonna go give it to other people. They have some low down, dirty people out there. It can happen when you're married. Baby, well, at least you'll know where it came from.
Because here are the top 10 counties in Georgia with the highest HIV cases in 2025. And coming in at number 1 is Atlanta, Georgia.
20,000 new cases of HIV in Georgia. And that's just for the people who've gotten tested. Those are the confirmed cases. Just imagine how many people are walking around here untested and unconfirmed.
So I made a video about people having children irresponsibly, and I don't know what crowd I expected to get, but I did not expect to get the crowd that I got, which is a bunch of seemingly immature women that lack any sense of personal responsibility. So this video is just a response to all those comments, because if I addressed each comment individually, I'm just going to be repeating myself because they're literally all saying the same thing, and I really hate repeating myself. But the comments are all like, if men don't want to have kids, then they need to wrap it up. And one comment was like, if they know they don't want to have kids, they need to get a vasectomy. Vasectomies are reversible, so if they don't want to have kids, then they need, whatever. And here's
now, get a vasectomy. Why would men need to get a vasectomy? You should be telling men to wrap it up every time. This is why we have problems in the U.S. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of guys don't date. And if they can't get dates, be very thankful.
Here's what I have to say about that. First of all, in respects to if men don't want to have kids, they need to wrap it up and put a condom on. If you as a woman know that a man doesn't want to have kids, but he doesn't want to put a condom on either, but he still wants to sleep with you, why are you still sleeping with him? Like, do you not have the power and authority to set that boundary to say you either put a condom on, knowing that you don't want to have kids, but you still want to sleep with me, or you can leave? As a woman, do you not have the power to set boundaries with men? Because that's what you're communicating by saying that if a man doesn't want to have kids, then it's his responsibility to put a condom on. You're communicating that you have no power and no responsibility in that situation. Because let's be real here. The reason y'all in my comment section putting all the blame on men for putting a condom on if they want to sleep with you but knowing that they don't want to have kids as women is because you like getting it raw from him just as much as he likes giving it to you raw. So that's why you don't make him put a condom on when he tells you he doesn't want to put a condom on. Because you don't want him to put one on either, because you like getting it raw. And that's your prerogative if you like getting it raw. But if you know you like getting it raw and he doesn't want to have any kids, why are you still sleeping with him? And then in respect to the vasectomy part, because she was like, well, if men know, they walk around here knowing that they don't want to have kids.
This conversation is disturbing because you guys saw the title. Black woman contracted HIV in Atlanta, over 20,000 cases. Actually, it's more than that. But you see the obvious reason why. And if you're a man that lives out there and you can get women, be very thankful. If you're a man that lives out there and has decided not to date anymore in America, be very thankful. Because it's bad. Because of this. And no offense to the creator, but even talking about this is like, no, put a condom on regardless. This is why things are so bad right now. And it's not just Atlanta. This video is about Atlanta. Next video I'm going to get into, it's crazy, guys. And men should be thankful that women are acting this way now. Because what are they doing? They're all choosing 6 feet. They don't care about the 6 figures. 6 feet is a big deal. Because you don't know what a man makes. And I talk with guys about this. Most black men are not making 6 figures.
They need to get a vasectomy because a vasectomy is reversible. So when they want to have kids, they could just reverse themselves, but they need to get a vasectomy if they know they don't want to have kids. And if you know as a woman that you're still going to be willing to sleep with a man that doesn't want to have kids, then you need to get on birth control. Because that's reversible too. You can always get off of it when you find a man that wants to have kids with you. But if
I gotta stop this right here because the video that's about halfway through, but this conversation is very disturbing. It is. It's different if you go together and get tested, right? And I think every man should do that when you're with someone, or any woman as well. When you're with someone, go and get tested together, right? You have to, because you can't just say, "Hi, I think you're very pretty," and go on a road. Think times have changed. Actually, times have been changed.
Wrap it up.
In the last 8 months, Atlanta alone, have reported 20,000 HIV cases.
Wrap it up.
I don't know how many times I can say this, but I'm going to say it every day if I have to. You need to keep your legs closed. I don't know what the hell is going on, but sex is not one of them things that you need to be doing. It's not worth dying for. And I don't care how good the medication is now. I don't care that it is now not a automatic death sentence like that as it used to be. I don't care. Keep your legs closed. 20,000 cases in the last 8 months in Atlanta. Is it worth? I wish I would even go visit down there. It is not going to happen. And unfortunately, I know some people that have contracted it. To be truthfully honest with you, all of them happen to be men. It's not worth your life. Protect yourself. Leave it alone. Go get tested together. Know your status. Take PrEP.
No, guys, this is reported from a lady who contracted it. Now, what she said was right. Go get tested together, especially if you're out there, but anywhere you are. Go and get tested together. You never know. But it's actually not just Atlanta, because it was somebody who reported on that. She showed because I got to tell you guys, Atlanta is the main hub, right? Like, for instance, you fly into the airport, you're in Atlanta, and then you drive out to other towns. It's a town over from Atlanta, but that's still considered greater Atlanta, right? Like, I remember my son, and I got to talk. I got to have I had a conversation with my son. I have him all the time. And I told my son, wrap it up. My son is 16 years old. Wrap it up. He lives out there in those surrounding areas. Now, I want to play this next lady because she reports what areas are being affected.
50,000 new cases of HIV. Y'all just out there throwing it on the crap table, huh? That's what y'all doing? Y'all playing with y'all life? Baby, they got people that feel, and I know somebody like this. Somebody gave it to me, so I'm going to go give it to other people. They have some low-down, dirty people out there that know they sick and still out there sleeping with other people, getting them sick as well because they got caught slipping, and that's wrong. But also, let me tell y'all about this pattern. Say they got Bill and Tina, okay? Bill and Tina messing around. But Tina messing with Bill, but Tina messing with somebody else. Who Tina messing with, they messing with somebody else. And the pattern go on and on and on. It's all nasty. Also, Bill messing with Tina, but Bill messing with somebody else. And who they messing with somebody else. Y'all see how that go? And don't get me wrong, people might say, well, it can happen when you're married. Baby, well, at least you'll know where it came from.
Couldn't agree more.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with just sleeping with one part.
You heard what she said? It can happen when you're married. At least you know where it came from. That's how it's supposed to be. When you're married, you know where it came from. you're more safe, actually. Because if you're married and you're both committed, safety. All guys out there, even guys that decide to go to other countries, they want to dibble and dabble, wrap it up.
Part no. You know what I'm saying? And also, you be people that undercover. Baby, if you undercover, baby. Come on out, baby, and keep it safe. You know what I'm saying? People not caring about their life. This is the life. Life is a precious thing. It's the life that God gave us to live. Live it to the fullest. And don't get caught up. And I'm not saying it's the end of the world. God bless anybody that got HIV. They still living. It's not the end of the world. But if it's something you can avoid, why not? Why don't sign up for that? Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo. Y'all know the video is in my repost. Go check it out. Come back and tell me what y'all think. Mwah.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter in wrapping it up, right? Because I remember when I was younger, I told it so many times. This happened in my high school. You guys remember back in the 80s and 90s? Guys were concerned. But everybody I know was wrapping it up. It was cool to wrap it up. Now it's like they took it back to the 70s. You know, free love. Everybody free love. Bill messing with Tina. Bill messing with John. All kinds of stuff going on. Everything's accepted. And it shows her too. She's showing like you don't get it from kissing. She's showing you don't get it from a handshake. You don't get it from talking. You get it from other things, right? Laying down with someone. Drug addicts. So many other ways. Be safe.
Well, thank the Lord, because here are the top 10 counties in Georgia with the highest HIV cases in 2025. Coming in at number 10 is Athens, Georgia, Clark County, 500 cases. Number 9, Savannah, Georgia, Chatham County, 700 cases. Number 8, Macon, Bibb County, 800 cases. Number 7, Columbus, Georgia, Muskogee County, 900 cases. Number 6, Augusta, Georgia, Richmond County, 1,500 cases. Number 5, Lawrenceville, Georgia, Gwinnett County, 2,000 cases. Number 4, Marietta, Cobb County, 2,500 cases. Number 3, Jonesboro, Georgia, Clayton County, 3,800 cases.
Now, guys, that's what I was talking about, right? Jonesboro is pretty much a part of Atlanta. It's like an extension of Atlanta, right? So that adds in with those cases, and really, it spreads out. It has wings. Seriously, it's serious because nobody's being responsible. So once again, those guys that are saying, I choose not to, this is one of the reasons why. I'll tell you something. When you get with someone, right? You're not going. A lot of times when you smash raw, you're not thinking to ask. But now you need to ask. Hey, let's go get tested together. I just want to be safe. Very important.
Number 2, Decatur, where is greater, DeKalb County, 10,800 cases. And coming in at number 1 is Atlanta, Georgia.
Congratulations.
Fulton County, with approximately 19,500 HIV cases already for 2025. Remember, this video is not to scare you, but to inform you. So like, share, and repost, and stay safe.
20,000 new cases of HIV in Georgia. And that's just for the people who've gotten tested. Those are the confirmed cases. Just imagine how many people are walking around here untested and unconfirmed.
Wrap it up.
Just imagine the amount of people who don't know that they are positive for HIV, or worse, that they're positive for AIDS. The clap culture here in Georgia is astronomical. As a matter of fact, a lot of people move here simply because they are perverted, and the principality over this region is perversion. And you will always be drawn to the region where your sin is celebrated. Now, more than ever, you better obey the word of God if you want to live. with, because sinning against him is simply not worth it. You have to understand that what we're seeing is judgment in the earth. After all, about
She said it. That's what's happening. It really is. I mean, it all comes back to that. I'm sorry to say. He said, don't do it when you're not married. He did say that. And I moved where I moved to because I wanted that to be my main thing I function on. I didn't want to live out my life, my whole life in sin. I wanted someone else that was responsible. So that's what I did because I seen people die around me not being responsible. I saw when I was 17 years old, when I was giving blood in high school, people had it. I told you guys, they shot them to the other side of the auditorium. And now I know everybody I seen over there had it. 8 years after I got out of high school, a girl died. Asking around what she died from. Everybody knew. It was wild because in high school, some of the baddest girls. Yeah. When I went to high school, I was from New York. But it wasn't that multicultural like in Queens, right? But then when I moved to Long Island, you had Indians, did everything, right? So in my town, there were a lot of Spanish women, and they were bad. And guess who was smashing them? Guys that were older, outside of the school. What are girls like? The older guys that are taller, right? What's happening is a lot of times the guys, and look what's going on the T app. What are girls doing on the T app? Is it good? If a guy is seen it's good, they're all lining up for it. You think they're not going raw? This is a problem.
the Bible says that sin, when it is finished, it brings forth death. This is because principles are the seats of principalities. And if a region has a certain principality and you abide by those principles, you will feel a pull to go into that region. The same is true for relationships. Ever wonder why you have a type? Your type is developed by a familiar spirit. It familiarizes itself with you and it gets you familiar with its principles. So let's say, for example, the spirit of Jezebel runs throughout your family. Let's say, for example, your mother is a narcissist. You have to understand that Jezebel, which is a narcissist, abides by certain principles. So there were certain principles in your family that you had to submit yourself to. Let's say that you come out of that household and you start going to college or you go and get your own place. What you'll find is that certain people are attracted to you. Typically, it's going to be overt and covert narcissists. In other words, the spirit of Jezebel will keep coming after you. This is because the devil sees something in you that belongs to him, and those are the principles that you were raised under. So if your mother dominated you or your father dominated you and you learn to be fearful and non-confrontational, a lot of times you will attract an overt narcissist. That's a dominant and assertive Jezebel. But if your parents spoiled you, allowed you to yell at them, allowed you to break things, allowed you to basically have a voice that went beyond their own voice, in many cases, you will attract a covert narcissist. That is an undercover Jezebel. This is to say, the way that you break up with a spirit is to break up with the principles. That way you break up with the principality. Hear me and hear me well. It's not worth it to go out there and allow somebody to get access to your body who is not sharing last names with you. And I know somebody's going to come in and say, well, there are married people out there that are catching the disease because one partner is cheating. One truth does not discredit the other. If we are surrendered to God, if we dwell underneath the shadow of his wings, we don't have to worry about marrying those type of people because Satan needs a sin offering to get access. You marry those type of people when you don't follow the word of God. James 4:7 says, submit yourself to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Now somebody else is going to come and say, well, I know somebody and they were abstinent all the way till they got married. And that man was out there cheating on that woman like crazy. That dude went in the woods one day with his mistress and he must have caught a tick on him, and that tick got access to his wife, gave both him and his wife Lyme disease. So not only did he catch an STD, they both got Lyme disease. So Tiffany, how do you explain that? Lean in real quick. His wife was warned not to marry him. One of the warnings that she got was that he tried to get her to go to the bedroom outside of marriage. That was her way of escape. She didn't take that way of escape. So while she may not have had a clap session with him outside of marriage, God gave her the way of escape and she ignored it. You see, sin is simply not trusting God. She didn't trust God enough to run for her life. And without faith, you cannot please the Lord. And like the old folks say, what you don't hear, you will feel. 20,000 new cases in 8 months in 2025 in Georgia alone. This isn't counting the other states. This is Georgia alone. This isn't contained. These people here in Georgia are out doing all types of people. They're taking flights to go see people. They are flying people in. People are flying in. You don't know how many times you pass death when you're in fornication. Not to mention these sexually transmitted demons. So you're wondering why ever since you started messing with that dude, why you lost your job, why you can't find peace, you're having nightmares, why your bank account was drained dry, and why you've been having health problems, because the demon that's in him now has access to you. It needed a sin offering. And when you gave it the sin offering, it then had a legal right to do to you what it pleased. Hear me, I can't say this enough. It ain't worth it. I don't care if that dude or that damsel is telling you that they are faithful to you, that you guys are in a monogamous relationship. If God doesn't approve of that relationship, Satan does.
In Atlanta with HIV, y'all better start taking these damn people to the doctor. Y'all need a my chart. Y'all need to damn get tested together, because that's some scary shit. And what's really scary is people don't even know they got
5 posters about HIV. Be careful. I done seen like 4 or 5 posters about HIV. I'm tell you something. Be careful. If you in Atlanta, Georgia, be extra careful. Georgia, period, is a high count. Tell you something. People don't protect themselves. You can't lay up with everybody. You got to go get tested. Make sure their results is up to date. Go get tested together. It's nasty out here, man. Like, it's a shame to see all the people that get infected. I'll tell you something, you gotta be careful. Love don't stop you from getting HIV or any other diseases. Somebody can relate them.
Where a so-called woman with multiple degrees won't give an average good man the time of day. But meanwhile, they'll give a handsome bum their womb. Where an unhappy man will put aside his happiness in order to preserve his family. But his woman will dismantle her family in order to be happy. We live in an era where a group of people can self-segregate with no problem and bask in the pride of Black nationalism. But when the other folks do the same and succeed, they're called racist. The double standard in this community is insane. But I'm the bad guy for pointing it out. But let me shut up, because you can't be a part of the community and call them out, because you lose your black card or you dancing. You can't just be a part of the community and speak facts. That's frowned upon. Anywho, moving on. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
Just tell me that my hair was fake. I've literally had Black women take to my comments and say that I should get a new wig, that my weave is old. They tell me all the time my weave is old. I need to fix my wig. You see, the thing about real hair that you might not know is that sometimes it doesn't look perfect because it's real. You see, you might not have experience with that. And see, I wouldn't be this petty if you all didn't go out of your way to just be mean for no reason. Not just about you all voting for Kamala. I could understand that in some twisted kind of warped reality, some Black people voted for her because they're like, you know what? I'm just doing it for the cause. That's a whole different topic. The thing that I am doing with this page and why it might seem like I'm always talking about Black women is because people need to understand that not all Black women belong to the same camp. These incredibly cruel and mean-spirited, vicious women that a lot of us encounter on this app.
Wow, I like what she said. She said not all Black women belong to the same camp. And the smart guys know that. I know that. I do know that. But what's happened, I love what she's doing. But because more women are starting to speak up, because for so long, like when I was still in the US, I couldn't understand the difference between the two. So I left, right? I probably would have stayed if we had more shouting to the mountaintops. Seriously. Because you don't know who's who until they start speaking up. And why do I say that? Because a person can act. Oh, they act. You know how you were someone for 3 months and they putting on a show for you, and then you find out who they really are a little while after? That's why I got my wife. I got with her. She was the same person all through us knowing each other. And so was I. What are you looking at me for? She looked at me. My wife gets shocked. She gets shocked when I say things like that, but it's true. That's why I stayed with her. She was the same. And men honor, how can I say? I think everybody's like that. Everybody likes people who don't change, who stays the same, who's very consistent. That's what you're looking for in a partner. But let her cook. Sorry, y'all. Sorry to cut it off.
They need to know that there are different types of black women, because right now our loudest characters, our loudest representatives, they all look the same. They all act the same. And by look, I mean how they act. I don't care how you actually look. Their behavior is unbecoming of a lady. It is unbecoming of an American. It's unbecoming of somebody who's proud of their country. It's bad behavior. So that's why I make these videos. That's why I call out things like you assuming that if a black woman has long hair, it must be a weave. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate and it's bad behavior. And black women do need to do better. And I'm going to continue to remind you all that you need to do better. Because right now, you're misrepresenting the other black women who don't act like you. You're embarrassing us. And you're making it seem like we're not a worthwhile group to invest in or care about because you all are so mean. Do better.
She's right, and I saw the difference. I saw the difference because I've lived in the hood, and then I lived in the hood that wasn't the hood, but it was still the hood. But there, you found more black women who had parents that weren't ghetto. That's what I mean. It was the hood. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know the suburb hood. If anybody knows about Long Island, they know Long Island turned into long incarceration. Like right when I moved from Queens, it was weird. I moved to Long Island and I said, whoa. It was prettier, but it was worse. I said, what did I come to? But still, you saw black women that were more like her, right? So I knew the difference. But still, you know what I found? Black women that were like her, but not really like her. Why? Because they were still doing the things to be the 20,000, right? Yeah, they were still engaging in that behavior. So were they any different? No, they were the same. I saw like the same, but I saw women that didn't have a ghetto attitude. That's what I mean. So it was different.
Women, it's that shit gonna bite your ass. You may get away with it 10 times, but let your ass blow up. All them 10 hoes will be there. They're one of them feminist lawyers. They'll figure out a way to find all them 10 hoes who you did that to, and it's over for your ass, Bill Cosby. You understand what I'm saying? Me and my homies, we was in Miami and we met some chicks. Everybody catch their action. I catch me a little piece. My homies, they catch their chicks. So we all got our chicks that we met or whatever. We go back to the hotel, and the chick that I got, she was super, super drunk, like sloppy drunk, but she was on me. She was like pushing up on me. So I'm like, nah, I just went to sleep, bro. We went to sleep. And when she woke up the next morning, we woke up, we ordered some room service and sitting outside, just like chilling. And she came out and we talked, and she was like, I want to appreciate the fact that, you didn't take advantage of me. And she was like, although, I'm attracted to you and shit, and I probably wouldn't have cared, but the fact that you didn't take advantage of me, most people would have took advantage of that. And I appreciate that. To be honest, when women get like that with me, it's not right. Number one, it's not right to take advantage of people when they like that. But to me, when women get drunk like that, it's a turn off. Like, it turns me off. Like, I believe that women shouldn't behave like that. Like, to see chicks like that just getting fucked out of their minds and shit, it's a turn off to me. Like, I can't do nothing with that.
Now, what my man spoke about, and a lot of guys that are older, or some young guys know, he spoke about DD. Discipline, which is what you need, which is how you stay away from that 20,000 in Atlanta, probably more than that, most likely. Unreported, I'm sure. Woo, it's way more. That's how you avoid these things. DD. And shouts out to my guys who are saying, I'm not having no parts of you. I'm dating women outside. And still, when you're doing that, have DD, don't end up in jail. This could happen. You can be somewhere in another country drinking with a woman. She's drunk. She towards the cops. Oh, yeah, he did something. Like, you never know. Be safe out there.
that need to be said again and again with fierce conviction.
Wrap it up.